What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, the leading Hispanic voice in science fiction. I am accelerating my reading of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because I have a live stream tonight, if you're watching this the day I post it. And so I've gone through Volume 2, halfway through Volume 3 now, trying to catch up on all the Eastman and Laird stuff. And this is the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There were several incarnations of it. This is the first one from the 80s. They had a Volume 2 that kind of comes after this, and they have these nice oversized hardcover editions of the Volume 1, which they have the original versions, which are called the Ultimate Collection, and those are in black and white. And after Volume 1, which I've already reviewed, I wanted the color classics, because even though they're not original, I just like reading things in color better than I do black and white. So I went for this version for the rest of the series. Now, since then, I've kind of found out that the Eastman and Laird volumes, they cut out all their other artists. So there's no, IDW published this in both forms, color or not, but they're missing several issues from the 20s to the 40s, and there's a few issues even in here which are not collected. Now, I don't know if they ever have plans to collect those. I don't know if there's rights issues with the stories or whatnot, but we only have basically half of the Mirage line. And it is just the plain stuff that was worked on by Eastman and Laird proper. Okay, so that gives us a good background on this. This Volume 2 covers several issues, and you get some nice pizza-themed stuff with these colors. You notice that it looks like a pizza box on the front. You get some credits, which are appetizers and pizza types, and here's the credits, right? So, like I said, it's missing. This one's not missing anything. Volume 3 starts where they aren't actually writing or drawing all of them themselves, because this has become a multimedia empire at that point, and they have to go manage that. So this one covers, there's a one-issue micro-series, and every turtle has their own micro-series issue. The first one, which was Raphael, was in the first volume, and this covers Michelangelo, Donatello, and Leonardo, and then it covers issues number 8 through 11 of the actual series. Now, it starts out with Michelangelo and this like heartwarming little Christmas story, which is really cute. And their art's actually gotten better over the course of these issues. So I wasn't really super fond of it in the first couple issues. And I'd say some of it's rough in some points. I mean, this is not digitally done or anything like that, so you get it what it is. But Michelangelo here is basically caught in a caper where people are stealing kids' toys for Christmas because they can resell them. Those jerks. Now they just legally buy truckloads and do it on eBay. And all the kids are going to be out for Christmas unless he helps them. So very cute. And he takes care of it. Now issue 8's interesting. So they have a crossover with Cerebus. And Cerebus was another huge indie title in the 80s by Dave Sim. And that, I believe, is the longest running indie title of all time, where a single artist drew the entire thing. So big accomplishment there. And the Turtles get involved with Cerebus, the aardvark here. There's like some weird ancient mystical thing that's unveiled. And you see where Dave Sim gets involved with Cerebus. The Turtles get pulled back in time, and they have to like fight these weird demon creatures and save a kingdom. Very interesting stuff. This was a very fun issue. I don't know. I've never read Cerebus, so I don't know much about it. Really like this this whole storming the castle scene here. Beautiful art right there. And again, I'm glad I got this in color, because this sort of stuff's just way better in color. I mean, I got to tell you. And same with this. Look at this. This wouldn't have the same impact in black and white. So they fight the thingy. They come back, and they're sent back. And there's an epilogue with Cerebus, and that's that. It's just it's a one-off. And so while the first several issues had a lot of continuing stuff, we're getting into more one-off territory where it's just one-and-done adventures here, which is fine. There is some development, which I'll get to shortly once we get in here. Now this Donatello issue is interesting. All these weird creatures start to show up, and it turns out they have this tenant named Kirby, and Kirby's drawing stuff that's so magical that it actually comes to life. And of course, this is a reference to Jack Kirby, and they're big fans of Jack Kirby, his art, and they get transported to Kirby's world, or the fourth world, or whatever you want to call it. And they have these big sprawling spreads. Donatello has to fight all these monsters, and a big dedication to Jack Kirby throughout the entire thing. Very cute issue, and as a comic fan, I was very happy to see that. Next, we get back into general Turtles, and this one features a guy who's having some dreams about a samurai land, and then Splinter finds out that his grandfather is an ancient samurai guy who's about to die, and he wants to pass on his powers to his grandson. And the Turtles then have to find him and deal with assassins, ninja assassins, of course. Yeah, ninjas, ninja fight. This is so fast-paced. What I love about this is these are super fast-paced, super fun adventures as you grow through them, and this is neat too. Again, this is one of those things that like I just don't think it'd be as impactful not in color. You see the little samurai spirit that's inhabiting Splinter. Very, very cool design right there. Cool stuff. And I absolutely loved this issue. Absolutely cool. I want more of this. I don't know if the Samurai guy ever shows up again, but that's it. Now we get a Leonardo Adventure, and Leonardo is disappeared during Christmas, and they're all worried about him. So this is a cool little format thing, and they did this. They did a trick with the formatting on this one. So the top is all Leonardo's action, and then the bottom panel is just a panel all the way across the bottom, and it's the other turtles setting up Christmas. So you have this like fight, and then they have like a cutesy little Christmas thing, and it's all tying in together. And Leonardo's fighting these ninjas all by himself. He's getting his butt kicked while this is all going on below. Leonardo's has no dialogue across the entire thing, so this is a very fast-paced issue again. And it works very well. Beautifully done. So much action combined with like a slice of life story. It's just a really, really neat concept that they did. And finally, Leo crashes through the window. They show up, and he's back, the Shredder. And this continues into number 10. So you do need to read these one-offs because it does tie in, and that's what happens right here. And now we finally get the return of Shredder. Now, Shredder was beheaded in the first issue, so this is very interesting. And we have a huge knockdown, drag-out fight of ninjas. This is so fun. Again, just super fast-paced all the way through. They're in April O'Neil's house. They got to run. They're getting their butts kicked. They end up in the store. Very nice cinematic scene right here. Look, the turtles kind of crouched in one area while we see the looming threat of the Foot Clan all spread out. Beautifully done panel. I didn't understand why this was here. I mean, yes, I get you got the Shredder reveal, but like, that's having that full page of just Shredder like that is very not impactful after that. Yeah, whatever. Nitpicks, right? So we go through, Casey Jones starts to get involved, they fight the Shredder, they all get their butts handed to them. Whoa, I just screwed up my volume. That sucks. Okay. I should mention that this is all on matte paper, which is thick matte paper, and I like this better because you don't get glare when you're looking at it. When you get the glossy paper, you get a bunch of glare depending on where you're looking at it. And so when you get this nice oversized art that you're actually really checking it out, it's better to have this matte paper in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Eventually, they end up moving out to the country because they're on the run and they're getting away from this stuff. And then we have one issue left in this volume. April O'Neil's having a terrible dream in the country. She's scared because she's traumatized because of the Shredder thing. And we see the Ninja Turtles kind of get into life in the country, hunting. They're kind of depressed. This is like after the big action issue, they're really like recuperating here and reinventing themselves in this country area, and it's from April's perspective as she's writing a letter about it. So neat stuff, very enjoyable, and this is a coda. It really is a whole denouement as an issue, so there's not a ton going on in here, but Splinter's like, we better redouble our training efforts, and that's about it. And it ends with a little cutesy scene where they care about April. So nice stuff. Again, I like the colors a lot here. I'm glad I got the color version of this. And beautifully done volume. This is a masterful job of comics. I had a couple nitpicks, but honestly, I read this because it was so fast. Now, the one thing I do say about this color version is it doesn't have all the Eastman and Laird essays and behind the scenes stuff about the different issues that the Ultimate versions had. So if you want that and you want some background and stuff like that, definitely get that version. I know people who buy both, which I think is a little much, but I'm going to continue with these personally. They do have 1 through 5, and then there's a volume 6 of the Ultimate Collection, which is a bunch of short stories and stuff like that. And that was never done in this, so I'm not sure if that was not in continuity or what, but I'm going to grab that Ultimate Collection, volume 6 of that. So in order to get a full run, you really need to get some hodgepodge, and I'll do a video on that once I get it all collected and sorted out. So this is enjoyable, 10 out of 10. I highly recommend reading this series. If you can find these, the works are kind of hard to find, especially the later volumes. And the Ultimate Collection remains in print, so that's a little easier if you want to just go with the black and white. Great comic stories, 10 out of 10. Enjoy these. See you.